30-minute lunch and learns as much as we can while we're all kind of hunkered down in the house. So whether you can make it at noon or if you're just catching the recording, that's great. You know, the kind of motivation behind this, as far kind of like a first topic with this morning routine, is I think people are a little stressed in the moment. You know, there's just a lot of information coming at us really fast, and you know, we're kind of stuck in the house with family members, and that can be great, and it can also be tough. So I think, you know, setting up your day in the morning for success, I think, is going to be a critical way to kind of get through this. And then also, you know, I think the change, what's on my mind is the change in everything, how people are, you know, now being stuck in their homes. Like, you can easily fall into a routine of, you know, we had St. Patrick's Day the other day, and, you know, I've got a bunch of Irish soda bread and Guinness lying around the house, and you could easily just kind of, you know, get into that mode where you're, you know, waking up late and doing things that you normally wouldn't do when you have to get up and go to work or go meet people. Clearly, we're not going to do that. We are going to have a lot of time. Oh, hey, Maura. There's Maura at work. So, you know, we're gonna go through this thing first, so that you can set yourself up for success as the day goes on. You know, one of the things that I picked up from a business coach years ago was having this 30-minute routine in the morning. So we're going to go through some ideas around meditation, breathing, and movement. We're going to talk about how to connect with something a little bit bigger than ourselves, and, you know, whatever that is for you. And then some daily writings, which could maybe be appropriate or not, depending on your situation. And then reading some uplifting material. You know, as we know, there's plenty of things out there right now that are not as uplifting. So we've got to kind of counter that with some things. We're feeding our brain with some positive stuff. So I'll spend a lot more time probably on this than anything else. I think if you do none of those other things on that last list, but you're able to do this piece, I think you're going to be way ahead of the curve. So meditation, you know, I think people sometimes think of meditation as like, you know, you're going to be full lotus floating in the air, you know, levitating off the ground. I meditate almost every day, and that's not the way I do it. And I think it's not the way most people really feel comfortable doing it. So meditation could be just being as simple as just taking a little bit of time out of your day to be more mindful. It could be, you know, a lot of thoughts coming in. It could be where you're just completely getting your mind as blank as you possibly can. But I think the key is to think of meditation and this time as a way to work on these other aspects of your physiology. So, you know, biochemical is typically the part of breathing and things that we think of when we're working on breath. In the gym, you know, your oxygen levels, being able to get air in, if we're doing a cardiovascular exercise, like that's typically what we think of. A lot of times when we're doing breathing exercises, there's a biomechanical part of that, like how your diaphragm is moving, how it's interacting with your rib cage and your spine, and really at the end of the day, how that's going to affect your movement from a training standpoint. And then we have the psychophysiological piece of it, which is, you know, based on how stressed we are, based on how we're feeling, that's going to change the way we breathe. If I'm constantly under stress, right, fight or flight, which is our body's ability to be in a situation where we don't know what's happening. Like right now, we don't know what tomorrow and the next week is going to bring. We don't know if we need to start recruiting a posse to make sure we can protect our homes and our blocks. You know, so there's a lot of stress going on right now. There's you know, that, you know, it's a great thing to have that fight or flight response, but when there's a situation we don't know is coming, we can be ready for it. But it also can be it's going to be exhausting. It's going to be you know, detrimental to our health if we're not kind of switching over to more of a like rest and digest type breathing. So when we work on breathing exercises in the gym, or when you work on it at home, that piece is really a critical component to just calming your mind, shutting down the fight or flight system, and kind of turning on, activating more rest and digest. Those things that, you know, you're breathing, that's more of a normal breathing pattern that you should have happen naturally and not have to think about so much. So for me, you know, what I'll do in the morning is I actually use an app. Like, I'll be honest, I use an app called Oak. It's OAK. It's super simple. It's free. It's 10 minutes of guided meditation. Okay. It does talk through a little bit of breathing, but it's mostly just trying to get you to, take 10 minutes out of your day to kind of reset your nervous system, which is, like I said, that fight or flight versus rest digest. It's basically your sympathetic versus your parasympathetic drive on your nervous system. So if we can switch ourselves out of that fight or flight more into rest digest when we need to be at a relaxed state, be creative, be doing work, be calm. I think it's a better situation. And that's going to give you some of the biomechanical benefits as well. You're going to start to calm yourself down, breathe a little bit better, and then biochemical as well. If I've got better posture and better positioning when I'm breathing and doing this every morning as a reset, that can also lead to some benefits from the biochemical standpoint in the long term. And then what I'll do usually, so I'll do that 10 minutes. The meditation includes the breathing, and then I'll do about 5 minutes of corrective exercise. So whatever that is for me that day, I might do like some toe touch progressions, or I might do some bretzel position, just get in the bretzel and work on breathing. That's just to help my rib cage move and my diaphragm move with my body while I'm doing that. So that's the first 10 minutes of the morning. And then I have this one here, connect with blank, because that's going to be different for everybody. The way I like to describe this is just something greater than yourself. I think that's probably the best way to put it. Some people have a really easy time with this when you think of it from a nature perspective. So like this picture for me, if I look outside or maybe go for a quick even if it's just a 5-minute walk, just to get out of your own head and into like what's around you. Like if you think of yourself where you're sitting right now and then just try to like extrapolate out from where you are, there's a lot of other things out there that are not more important, but just there's a bigger picture that sometimes we lose sight of. So if we could just take, even if it's 3 to 5 minutes, just to think about those things, and just kind of, it puts everything in perspective. As crazy as things are with the news and this virus and everything that's going on, if you look outside, you're seeing nature's just doing its thing, right? It's not worried about this. So I think that helps us to get out of that kind of like, the funk of thinking of all our problems all the time. That's typically what's on our mind. So, connecting. And then for some people, this may be more religious or spiritual, that could also be submitted as well. Daily writings. This is a key one. I think it's important to do this for at least a week just to see what's on your mind. If you enjoy the exercise and activity, and you like writing all the things that are going on, just things that pop into your mind, and it had no agenda here, just kind of like whatever's top of mind in the morning when you first wake up. It could be, just a couple of paragraphs. It could be a whole page. It depends on the day sometimes for me. I did this exercise for a while, and then the business coach that I worked with, she mentioned, this is a great exercise, but if it's giving you more stress to do this, it's maybe not a good thing for you to do. So what I did, I actually enjoy it and I like doing this. I would definitely, for everybody, do it for a week or two, and then see if it's an exercise you want to continue with. If it's something that produces stress, then you can stop. But I think if you have a 2-week kind of diary of like your thoughts in the morning, there can be some insights into there as far as like what's important to you and what are the things you want to work on. So I think 2 weeks is enough. If you want to stop it, you can. If you feel like it's helpful, you continue. So I'll do that. And then reading something uplifting. Again, you don't have to make this like, an hour long, an hour's worth of reading. There's a lot of like kind of daily affirmation things you can find on the internet. You guys can find things right now that are, that's uplifting material, maybe a page or two a day, just to read something that's positive, because you're going to be bombarded with things that are super negative throughout the day. So, you want to think of this 30-minute routine as fueling time for you. Most of the rest of your day is going to be in service of other things and other people. So if you don't have that 30 minutes for you, where are you going to get your energy from? I think there was a time where in my life, like my energy came mostly from a place of like ego. Like I want to be successful. I want to achieve things and I want to go do that. But there's only so long that lasts. So this kind of like reset every morning is more kind of like connecting with a spiritual side of yourself. Now, again, I'm not saying I'm going to be meditating and floating around all day. That's not really how my life goes, but at least I get that 30 minutes in the morning to just connect with things and then move on from there. So it should be a routine that you enjoy. Like I said about the writings thing, if it's something that's creating more stress and it's making it worse for you, then that's not where we want to go. You want to do things in the morning that's going to help fuel you and not deplete your energy, right? So reading that uplifting material, even if it's just quick 5 minutes, it just kind of resets things. This is great in the morning because it gives you an opportunity to do it before you get bombarded. Like if you've been asleep for a number of hours, now you're kind of waking up with a clear mind and a clear head, and then get through this, and then all these other things that kind of come in. You're going to be surprised that when those other things come into your life and you've done this first, how different those things seem to you. Right. So, at this point, we can just kind of go and answer questions. If you guys have anything, not just on the topic for today, but also on anything going on with the gym as far as the outdoor classes, or we did the first online class this morning because it rained, and that went pretty well. So we're probably going to be doing a lot more of that.
Oh, good.
But I'll open it up to you guys. If there's anything you want to discuss, we can do that now.
No, this has been really fun. It's actually filling my time.
That's my intention. I figure most people are probably home doing nothing. So, I think we just keep doing these, and I think more and more people will get on them. I think
you're onto something, Frank, especially, for a community level. I mean, you can probably, people can subscribe to you. This is great.
Yeah.
You don't have to leave home.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll just keep, like I said, we're going to just keep doing them, put stuff out and see what happens. I think we have a lot of content and things that we've done over the years in person. So why not just repurpose it like this? What's seemingly a kind of like bad time for everybody it's opening up some opportunities. And like we said, like if you're at home, what else are you doing? So then it gives people a chance to kind of take care of their health. It could go one of two ways. Like I said earlier about the Irish soda bread and the Guinness, like it can go that way, or you can actually, I have all this time. I could, maybe start to take care of myself and relationships, and even connecting with people through this. I've made more phone calls this week and connected with people all over because I don't have to drive around. It saves a lot of time.
It does, and you can babysit too.
Yeah, and the kids are here. So this week it's been a little crazy with trying to do all this. But once we settle in with next week with college starting, once we settle in, I think we'll get back to like a little bit of a routine here. But
yeah, right now, no, it's great. I like this. I really do. It's good. Pretty very convenient, and it's been good. Thank you.
Good. That's good. How about you, Mo? Are you still there?
I am here. I don't know if you can see.
I can see you. Yeah, I can see you and I can hear you. Can you hear us good? Like last night it wasn't working. Now you can hear it?
Okay. Yeah. No,
hey,
I can hear it fine now. Last night, for whatever reason, it wasn't working well. Everything that you said is great. I totally agree with you.
Yeah. There's Laura. Hey, Laura. Hi. Oh, and is Leslie's on too, but she's muted.
I'm already a used journaler, so I always write and stuff.
Good.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
I love that we have like an insight into the hospital right now.
Yeah, look at that. Very professional.
And Laura, are you home or are you at work? Are you working from home?
We are all working from home. Our office is closed for this week, next week for sure. I'm imagining will be the same. So
right.
This is super helpful. I feel like I like that your approach was like not so hyper specific that it's like, now I have these like really like specific things I got to get off like the list. Right. Like I like that you just kind of break that 30 minutes into like 3 or 4 general concepts. You can do whatever works best for you. Because I feel like that's where it should be. I think the goal, it's like if you always go back to the why. The why is, you got to go, Eileen?
Yes, I'll see you guys later.
See you later.
Bye.
We always do that within the gym, as you guys know. Like we have to have a purpose for everything. If it's like the why is the main thing. So if I'm if the purpose of having a morning routine is to reset and de-stress, but like having like all this regimented stuff is creating more stress, like it's defeating the purpose. So you know, I think things that are going to fuel you, you know, anything in the morning that you know, you can, I think the breathing and the meditation and the movement thing is probably the biggest piece. Like you just that first 10 minutes, and then you know, and then trying to add in those other things, I think would be good. I got your chat, Leslie. I see you don't have a camera on your laptop, so too bad we can't see you. But can we hear? I guess, do you have an audio? I don't know. You're muted right now, but yeah, I don't know if you don't have the camera. Maybe there's no you're waving back. Okay. Can you guys all see the chat? Yeah, because it says to everyone, so you guys probably could all see the chat.
That's all I can see is I can see you, and then when I saw the other young lady speaking, I could see her for a little bit.
Yeah. Cool.
But
yeah, it should switch to whoever's talking. It should switch to like whoever.
Oh, I see.
That's
well, yeah. No, we're busy here. We're busy here today at Southside. We have a lot of patients on board.
Oh wow.
And, we're just doing our thing, and I had a few minutes, and I looked down at my watch and saw that it was time, and I said, "Oh, let me pop in and see if I can say hello to them."
Yep. So cool. All right.
But I have to practice my exercises now. Tomorrow, you're going to try to have an outdoor class.
We're doing 9:30 outdoor, and then it went well today online with Mike's class. So we're going to try to schedule another one at some point. I think that's the only thing that really we have to change is maybe have him stand back a little further so people can see the exercises and have him demonstrate more. I think kind of more than what we normally do. Just so it feels like something else is going on. But it'd be good if we get people on there that are using their cameras. So
that's
like this
cool.
morning, it was just Mike's camera, and then my office, because I'm hosting the classes. So yeah, we're doing what we can.
All right, well, I'm going to sign off too. Bye.
All right, sounds good. Bye, Maura.